If you spent the last few months building your business around Claude Code or with Claude Code, I need you to stop and watch this video before you learn something the hard way like I did. Because to be truthful, there's something going on right now that not a lot of people will post a video on because it's just not going to get the amount of views and attention that people want. But my goal in this video is educating you and keeping it real so you could actually use AI to help your business and not harm it. And listen, I'm not going to tell you Claude Code is bad. It is incredible. I've made so many videos on it. It's helped me 10x my following, my views. It's helped me get leads for my business and amazing things. But as I always say in my videos, the moment something changes and you're subscribed, I will keep you updated. And it's actually the fact that Claude is incredible, which is causing it to be a massive problem. If you build your operations, your marketing, or anything of value to your business on top of Claude Code or with it, all right? Because what used to take 2 hours when we were doing it the manual way, the caveman way, now it takes nothing. It almost takes literally no time because Claude Code has automated it, built a dashboard around it, or helped it improve in some way. But now you have Claude Code, this technology, which is not infinite and not always right, running a massive part of your business. And in this video, I'm going to show you the 4 failure modes I've experienced and I've seen other people in the space experience as well. I'm going to show you how to build AI resilience so you actually get around this and actually use this as a net positive thing. And then 3 manual anchors that I personally never recommend automating. All right, so if you're using Claude Code, these are the failures I've actually seen, and hopefully this doesn't happen to you. If you watch through, you could avoid these mistakes. So the first thing is just classic rate limits, hitting your limits at the worst time when you need to get something done. You've all been there building stuff, and then boom, you get rate limited. You cannot use the service anymore unless you pay for it. And those 4.6 and 4.7 Opus models, they really add up in terms of usage, right? So some people can't do that. I think it's worth it, but sometimes you can't do that, and now you're stuck. You need to do this client work, you're in between it, and you just cannot finish. And we all know that recently the limits have been awful. The glory days of building, I think, were like 2-3 months ago when the limits were amazing. 4.6 was out, it was great. Now the limits are terrible, and it feels like it's almost glitchy to a certain extent. All right, so that is one of the worst things. This will happen to you, only a matter of time. And I'm talking about from someone that has a max plan. So if you're really building this, really relying on it, this will happen to you. And then you have to start in the middle of something. You might not know exactly what you're doing, all your skills, your plugins, you can't access them, and it does become a mess. So that's the first thing. Not the biggest deal because you can still do the work yourself. It's just something to be aware of, especially if you give Claude to your employees. Number 2 is that the model gets dumber, and we have seen this. 3.7 is not like it was with 3.6. It's getting dumber. Like in my opinion, you could see everyone's moving to codecs now. Like people are switching back and forth. Everyone's going to the smartest model because these models do get dumber. Right now, I don't want to completely nerd out here with the capability of these models progressing, but I think there is a ceiling to what these can do. All right. And we're sort of seeing it. Claude 4.7, it's just not where it used to be. So when the models get dumber, not only does it get more frustrating, but the quality of output you're getting is terrible. And it's actually setting you back. Instead of you doing the work, you're going to Claude and it's doing bad work and you have to rewrite that work and then do the work. So you might as well just do the work anyways, right? So that's the second point of failure is the model is just getting dumber, and it's happened multiple times now. First happened to ChatGPT and OpenAI, now it's happening to Anthropic and Claude. Also, I did put together this resilience check for you guys. It's a few questions that I think you and your team should answer about AI. And are you too over leveraged on Claude? I'll leave that for completely free down below if you want to check that out and fill it out. It might help you get some clarity on the situation and how to use AI to actually help you instead of hurting. Now, failure point number 3 is the price goes up, and this is unfortunate, all right? Anthropic has us all by our necks, like to be honest, right? Because if we're all using this and it's working and it's great, they could overnight double the price. Then what? You have to pay it because everything is there. You're over relied on that software, so you have to pay it. Right now, again, I think it'd still be worth it to an extent, but they have us, again, by the throat. So they could do whatever they want when it comes to the pricing. And we've seen it before. The models are only getting worse. The limits are only getting worse, and the prices are staying the same, if not getting bumped up. Right? Technically, it's getting more expensive if your limits are going down. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that you should be aware of. That's failure point number 3. And then finally is policy changes. This is more of like a risk to your industry. Anthropic usage can change. Like they could rewrite stuff. Like again, we're completely operating under whatever they say goes. So if they change something, they remove a model, they do anything, we're relying on that thing, and we're thinking that it's a secure part of our business, they could change it. We don't own that. All right, those are the 4 failure points. We have increased expensives, the model just getting dumber, getting rate limited, and then policy changes, and just, again, realizing that Anthropic owns this. This is not ours. And again, none of this is bad, but if it's one tool and you're over relied on that tool, it's never a good thing. So how do we overcome that? How do we build a resilient stack? How do we get around this? Right now, the solution is not to stop using Claude Code. Claude is amazing, and there's a lot of stuff you can do, especially if you've built your infrastructure properly. I talk about it on my channel all the time. Folder structures and local on your machine and all these different things. Then you could plug and play. And you're honestly good to go. It's for people that haven't thought that through yet. This is your resilience stack. These are a few ways that we're getting around some of these pitfalls when it comes to over reliance on Claude Code and stuff like that. So the first layer is what we like to call Open Router. This is a service. Essentially what Open Router does, it's a pretty neat tool. It routes your specific task to the model that you want. So you put in a prompt, it goes to Open Router. What Open Router will do is it will pick the model for the task. So I might pick ChatGPT, it might pick Claude, it might pick DeepSeek, right? And the great thing about this is you can control that within the system instructions. So you could say, hey, using the Open Router API key for the less intensive questions that I'm asking you, reroute to a free model or a very cheap model, at least. So the intense questions, go to 4.7, go to ChatGPT, blah, 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 all those different things, right? And with the open source coming out, especially out of China, like Kimi and all these different things, there's a lot of good options out there that won't be as good as Claude or Gemini, but they will be good enough to at least get some stuff back, all right? So Open Router is great. You create a free API key. I'm not getting paid by them to say this. You could literally take the API key, give it to Claude like you would do with anything else, and it will help you sort of protect yourself, right? Repetitive tasks can be routed to cheaper models. When Claude hits limits, you can then route to Gemini as well, but you do have to take into account the cost. And one hack for you is in your Open Router, say a hard limit spend, like whatever, 100, 200 bucks a month. So by accident, if you switch, you don't like run up a crazy bill without you noticing. All right, so that is layer number one. It's Open Router and it's routing to correct models. This is an example of what you could do for strategy, creative writing, complex analysis, system design, and coding. You could use Claude. And then for formatting emails, pulling data, repetitive stuff, use a cheaper model. Next is going local, all right? So I'm not technical. I had to learn all this stuff. And it's really cool how local works if you set it up right. So you run AI models directly on your laptop with no internet, no rate limits, no API costs. You use Ollama for something like this or LM Studio, but you have to take into account these models will not be as smart as 4.7, etc. So what you can do is have everything local on your computer, since you're already working in folders on your computer, and then just use Ollama to run something that is quote unquote dumb model, but it gets the repetitive stuff done for you. If for some reason Claude goes offline, which it does a lot nowadays, or something else happens, at least all your data is there and you can still interact, even if you have no internet, etc. Even if you could offload 30% of your workflow in an online crisis, Claude is out, your internet's out, whatever, you could at least maneuver, you can manage, all right? Going local, open source, all these different things is a very easy way to do this. Again, the quality is not going to be there. It's not even going to be close to what you're used to with 4.7, but it's an alternative. I'm not saying these are perfect. I'm saying these are options, all right? Gemma 4 came out from Google, great model. Using those different things. I'll make a whole nother video on that in another day for my business owners that want to understand how to use this stuff. But going local is always an interesting option, especially because a lot of you guys already have a great setup with Claude. It's just downloading Ollama and then routing a few things together. And again, it's not as good as Claude. I will not say it is, but it works fine for some basic tasks if you need stuff to be done. Layer number 3 is the manual baseline. Now, AI could do a lot of tasks for you, but it shouldn't do all tasks for you because you will lose your skill faster than you think. If you outsource every single thing, I'm talking about your thinking, your writing, your ability to format emails, your ability to do anything, and Claude goes down, you will actually feel you got dumber. Now, an example of this for you is I use speech to text applications, Glado, Whisperflow, all those types of things, right? One time I just wasn't using that and I had to type and my words per minute went down significantly. I almost forgot, I was like, oh man, I haven't typed in a while. Over reliance on anything is a bad thing, especially when it's knowledge work. Like your knowledge work for your agency, your coaching, that is all you bring to the table. You're packaging it up and selling it. If you don't know what you're doing, you're cooked, right? AI will not always be there. Know your stuff first. Instead of hard baselines where it's like, yeah, AI could do this. I should do this just to build a skill and get really good at something. And then use AI to supplement that going down. Draw that line in the sand wherever that may be for you. There's a lot of things I still do manually because I need to build a skill that makes me money, right? I'll always have. So for me, that's understanding my audience and who I'm selling to. Claude will never get that as good as I do. My offer positioning as well. Claude will understand frameworks, but it won't really understand the stuff that's a little bit deeper. I don't have a word for it, but it's a little bit deeper, like why I'm charging what I charge, who I'm actually selling to, why I'm selling to those people, the problems I'm solving and positioning myself to solve for. I know that better than anyone, so I do that thinking for myself. And then obviously relationship building, all right? All my Slack channels, my emails, I'm writing that stuff. I'm not having Claude in my Slack. I think it's one of the worst things you could do, especially in your client Slacks. Keep it you, just build relationships as you would build a relationship and keep it that way. That's a manual anchor 100%. And the mindset shift I really wanted you to just have in this video is the following. The most dangerous thing isn't losing access to Claude. It's losing your ability to think and reason for yourself. Because again, if Claude goes down and Claude has all your knowledge and does everything for you, you just cooked yourself because you don't know what you're doing anymore. So that's something that you do have to take into account when using Claude. That is the real risk. It's over-reliance to the point where when that thing that you're over-relying on gets taken away, you just don't know what you're doing. A good example of this, if you drive a car that has like automatic steering for you, you do that for years and years and years. One day, if that goes down and you have to drive, you might be a little nervous. Same thing sort of applies here. And I truly believe the people that win are the people that can switch between the tools, the people that really know their stuff no matter what AI is up or not, having the judgment when and when not to use AI, and then again, keeping their skills sharp so they can always serve the market and always be valuable within their industry and what they're selling. So this is sort of your takeaway here: the Claude code, pitfalls, rate limits, model getting dumber, pricing changes, and policy updates. Use open router, local, and manual baseline, so drawing lines in the sand of what AI does not do for you. Those are how to overcome this. And then what I want you to just think about is, do not let yourself lose your ability to do your skill in your profession if you do not have AI. You need to always have that capability so you can always do things yourself, all right? Just in case AI goes away or Claude Code shuts down for a week or something like that, right? So that is the video I have for you. If you want more resources about how to use AI properly for your AI business, your marketing business, whatever it is, a whole community about AI to get leads and market your business, I will leave that down below. If you enjoyed this video, you will like this video right here. Use Claude responsibly, and I wish you all the best luck. I will talk to you soon. Take care.